Show you Father Richard.
What about the parents?
May I sit down? I'm here to make senior partner of my firm. You agree to let me do whatever else it takes to win.
Began his religious treatment the day that she died.
Body. And it is certainly possible with all
Erin Brunner, a passionate and determined lawyer, throws herself into a case that challenges both her heart and mind, defending Father Richard Moore, a Catholic priest accused of involuntary manslaughter following the tragic death of Emily Rose, a young woman barely 19 years old, during an exorcism. Father Moore, with a mix of resolve and sorrow in his gaze, declares himself innocent, clinging to his truth with a conviction that is deeply moving. However, the Catholic Church, fearful of scandal, pressures him to accept guilt to extinguish the fire of public scrutiny, leaving Moore trapped between his faith and a system that seems to betray him. Emily, a vibrant girl who had just taken her first steps into college life, saw her world crumble when, in the eerie stillness of 3 a.m., her body began to betray her. Terrifying visions haunted her, stealing her peace and hope. Desperate, she returned to the embrace of her home, but medical treatments diagnosing epilepsy and schizophrenia failed to restore the light in her soul. In an act of faith and despair, her heartbroken parents turned to Father Moore, trusting that he could save their daughter from an evil that science could not explain. During the exorcism, Moore, with a bravery bordering on the sacred, faced a chilling truth. Emily was possessed by 6 demons, dark entities that seemed to mock human suffering. 3 of them, to his horror, had inhabited infamous figures such as Cain, Nero, and Judas Iscariot. The 4th belonged to the feared Legion, the 5th was the cruel Belial, and the 6th, the most terrifying of all, was Lucifer himself. With every word and prayer, Moore fought to free Emily, but his heart sank at the suspicion that the medications, far from helping her, were paralyzing her mind, trapping her in a body that could not respond and hindering the expulsion of the malevolent forces consuming her. This version seeks to convey the emotional intensity of the characters, the weight of their decisions, and the tragic depth of the story, ensuring the reader feels the desperation, faith, and conflict at its core. In the tense setting of the trial, prosecutor Ethan Thomas, with a calculated coldness and unwavering determination, deploys an arsenal of medical experts who, with confident voices and scientific data, attempt to unravel Emily's tormented behavior. Each statement seeks to bury the idea of demonic possession, portraying it as an impossible fantasy against the logic of modern medicine. His goal is clear: to extinguish any spark of doubt in the jury and close the case with the certainty of a rational diagnosis, leaving behind the painful mystery surrounding Emily's tragedy. But Erin Brunner, with a heart pounding to the rhythm of her conviction and a glimmer of hope in her eyes, refuses to back down. In a bold move, she calls anthropologist Sadira Adani to the stand, whose presence radiates wisdom and profound empathy for the beliefs that have shaped humanity. With a voice blending respect and passion, Sadira weaves a moving account of spiritual possession traditions that resonate across cultures from every corner of the world. Her words, filled with ancient stories and universal truths, challenge the rigidity of science and stir an unsettling question in the courtroom: what if Emily's suffering cannot be explained solely by scalpels and brain scans, but by something much older, something that touches the soul? At the heart of the trial, A tragedy shakes the very foundations of truth. Dr. Graham Cartwright, a key witness who watched the exorcism with trembling eyes, dies in a devastating car accident after handing Aaron Bruner a recording of the ritual, a testimony that burns with the intensity of the supernatural. The lawyer, consumed by the responsibility of honoring Emily's memory, begins to feel the weight of the unexplainable in her own life. Every night at 3 a.m., she wakes abruptly, enveloped in a chilling smell of burning that follows her like a whisper from beyond. Yet her courage does not waver. With a soul ignited by the need to reveal the truth, Bruner calls Father Moore to the stand, giving him the chance to share a letter written by Emily, words that resonate with an almost divine force. As Moore, his voice broken by emotion and faith, reads the letter, the courtroom falls into a reverent silence. In it, Emily, with a sweetness that transcends her suffering, recounts how, after the exorcism, the Virgin Mary appeared to her, offering her eternal peace in heaven. But Emily, with a heart full of love and sacrifice, chose to stay, enduring her agony to redeem sinners. Soon after, her body bore the sacred marks of Christ's stigmata, wounds on her hands and feet that sealed her fate as a soul touched by the divine. Moore, holding back tears, declares that one day Emily could be recognized as a saint, a light in the darkness for the world. After what seems like an endless deliberation, the court delivers its verdict. Father Moore is found guilty. But in a twist that echoes divine justice, the jury's spokesperson, firm yet compassionate, clarifies that they consider the sentence already served. The judge, moved by the humanity of the ruling, releases Moore, who walks out of the courtroom free, though marked by the weight of his battle. Prosecutor Ethan Thomas, frustrated, watches his victory slip away, while Bruner's boss, impressed by her tenacity, offers her a coveted partnership in the law firm. Yet Aaron, with a clarity that only comes from having faced the supernatural, refuses the offer, choosing a path guided by conscience rather than ambition. In a moment of profound serenity, Moore and Bruner visit Emily's grave, a place where peace seems to embrace the earth. As the wind whispers among the tombstones, the priest, with a certainty that transcends time, reaffirms that Emily, through her sacrifice, will one day be canonized, a beacon of hope for all who seek redemption.